What is happening, everybody out there? I hope you are doing well. I am doing fantastic. Just trying to, shape up the beard a little bit and talk some Easter candy. And this talk is going to be a little bit different than normal kind of TED Talks. I normally, talk about Easter. I normally talk about what is going on in the world of sports. I normally talk about what is the big story. But you know what? It's Easter. It's Easter Saturday. It's Easter weekend, which means you need to know what candy is the best Easter candy of all time. Now, this is going to be very controversial to a lot of people. This is going to be very, I'm going to enlighten some people here. And it's not because I don't enjoy Easter, because I do. I think Easter is one of the greatest holidays that we have. As a believer, I love Easter for the meanings, for what it represents, but also, not most importantly, because most importantly, it represents that Christ is risen. That's number one. But close behind, not that close, but another reason for a great part of the season is, you know what? We get to have candy and not feel guilty about it. I wouldn't say it's the exact same thing as, what am I saying? I wouldn't say it's the exact same thing as Halloween, because you don't go to random people's house, and it's a good thing. Let's be honest. In this climate, it's a good thing that nobody is going to other random people's houses and grabbing candy that you don't know where it's been. So we need to have a discussion. You, me, everyone out there. What is the greatest Easter candy of all time? And the greatest Easter candy may not be everybody's favorite Easter candy. Now, I'm going to say something, and I'm going to tell you what my favorite is of all time. My favorite Easter candy of all time. It is the greatest Easter candy of all time. 1,000% Reese's peanut butter eggs. Now you got the miniature ones, the miniature ones that come like the bag of like 18 or 20 of them. Then you got the singular served ones, which are like, probably about that big, and they're, come individually wrapped and all that stuff. You can get a packet of 6 of them, whatever. For me, I prefer the miniature ones because first off, you can eat more of them. They're miniature, so you don't feel as bad about eating more of them. And then you kind of go forward and you're just like, okay, well, what do you got now? I know a lot of people are going to be out there and like, okay, Peeps, best top 5, easily. Peeps, top 5 Easter candy of all time. No, you are wrong. If you like Peeps, first off, like this video, comment down below. Let me know why you like Peeps. I'm curious. I'm extremely curious to know why you are a Peeps fan. And not just because I think it's garbage, not because I think marshmallows are the most overrated sweetness of all time. Yes, I do love my marshmallow treats. I love Rice Krispie treats. Probably one of the greatest snack foods of all time. But let's be honest for just 2 seconds. Peeps, absolute trash. I'm not a big Peeps fan. They can come out with flavors all they want. I will never try them. I've tried them, and I don't like them. I don't like them. I will never like them. And they can come out with as many great flavors as they want. I will never eat them again. No, thank you. Throw them in the trash. That's where they belong. So now that soapbox is out of the way, I want to know, what is the greatest Easter candy of all time? I've told you my favorite. I've told you what is at the bottom of my list. And it's very difficult because during the fall season, there's really not a limit of what you can put out. Yes, there's Reese themes things, there's Hershey themes. There's a lot of themed candies that are around that you can get and you can have, whatever the case is. But what is the number one thing that we think about when we think about Easter candy? We think about, what's it good for the season? Can you get it any other time? And what makes it Easter candy? Now, and also, you, the listener, the watcher, the viewer, and me, the person that's giving my opinions, giving my thoughts on all of this. I like to believe that we can have an honest conversation. Whoppers, they're good, but are they the best? No. But you can get them at all times, right? Yeah. But around Easter, there's something about robin eggs that just they're legit Whoppers. They're malted milk balls or whatever, just shaped like eggs. They're spotted like eggs, like Easter eggs, like you would do normally growing up, and you would decorate them. But what does that mean for going forward? Speaking of going forward, right now, before we go any further, don't forget to click that like button, click the subscribe button. We're trying to get this, again, I don't know. I'm really just coming to you honestly, you and me, because I got nothing else better to do while we're all in quarantine. What else does anybody have to do except be on TikTok, be on social media, and create content for YouTube? It may not be good content, but content nonetheless that's going to get me 100 subscribers. Now, I told you this, and we did this a long time, but if we can get 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a huge giveaway. And I'm talking about in a massive giveaway. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be big. It's going to be worth a lot of money. And plus, it's going to be free for all the listeners that watch it. So what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button and let's get down to business. So I talked to you about robin eggs. I talked to you about how garbage the peeps are. If you want to disagree, you can. Just make sure you subscribe and like the video first and comment down below. Let me know why you disagree with that. Not only are robin eggs one of the greatest Easter candies of all time, because I would eat robin eggs as often as I could around Easter, but I'm not going to go out and buy Whoppers. They just don't attract to me. But something about robin eggs, they're literally Whoppers at Jace. They are the exact same thing as Whoppers, just in egg form. Nothing special. Now let's talk about jelly beans. And I promise, all this is going to come to a at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you what's the greatest Halloween, or I'm going to tell you what the greatest Easter candy is of all time. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you hanging for nothing. I know you are excited. You're pumped to listen to what I got to say, and I want to thank you for that. But jelly beans. Jelly beans aren't my favorite. I'm not going to lie. My parents love jelly beans. My parents will literally go crazy for jelly beans any chance that they can get. I'm just not a big jelly bean fan. I mean, let's be honest. Nothing really excites me about jelly beans. But nonetheless, they're not bad. But Starburst jelly beans, I know they got them around year-round, and I know they've had them for a while. But Starburst jelly beans, maybe one of the greatest candies of all time. But because you can say, oh, they're shaped like little Easter eggs, they're shaped like little bunnies. No. Because they're available year-round, because they are available at all times, no matter where you are, no matter where you're listening to, no matter what you are doing, they are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's why they're not a real Easter candy. They used to be. When Starburst would only come out with jelly beans around Easter time, they were fine. But now that you can get them all the time, they've lost their muster. They've lost what made them so great. And that's the longevity of it. You don't get that anymore. You don't get man, I really want some of these, but I guess I'll have to wait till Easter. You don't get that anymore. And I know we live in a society now where we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's going to happen. And we want things now. Now, would I love to have Reese peanut butter eggs 24 hours a day available to me all year round? Yes, I would. And it's so simple because the Reese egg is the exact same as the Reese Christmas tree, the Reese pumpkin. I'm sure they've even got a Reese stars and stripes around the 4th of July. But you know what? Reese eggs are amazing. Jelly beans are great, but you can get them all year. Cadbury eggs. Now, that is an interesting question. I used to love Cadbury cream eggs. Now, I used to get them. I used to love Cadbury cream eggs, and you really don't see them unless it's around this time of year. That's I'd say the one candy that's the one chocolate or whatever the case is that is surrounded by the Easter season that you don't normally see other than around Easter is the Cadbury eggs. They don't really talk about them. I'm sure they're available, but again, they're not really talked about much when it comes to the large scheme of things until Easter comes around. And honestly, I don't think anybody is really in the mood for Cadbury eggs unless it's Easter time. I can respect that. They're great. They're a little too sweet for me. They've tried to get a little bit too fancy, if you ask me. But you know what you're gonna do. What are you gonna do? Because they're popular. They're very good. They're delicious. But they're not my favorite. And now I know I've been talking for close to 12 minutes, and I'm gonna end the discussion right now because I like to keep my live streams a little shorter. And I promise I'm gonna come back a little bit later today and talk about other things that don't have to do with Reese eggs, Easter, whatever the case is. We're going to talk about what are normal people doing amid the coronavirus outbreak. Because I'm curious. I'm curious to know what you're doing while all this stuff's going on. Whether you're, playing more board games, spending more times with loved ones, Skyping, Zooming, whatever the case is. I want to know what you're doing to keep yourself sane. And that's what we're going to do in just a little bit. Probably in a couple hours. I'm going to come back on. Maybe right around 3 o'clock. I'll set the date, 3 o'clock. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the coronavirus, the COVID-19, and how you are staying sane through it all. That's what I'm curious about. But let me tell you what the greatest Easter candy of all time. You heard it before. I'm going to say it again. Reese's peanut butter eggs, the best of all time in any variation, except with the Reese Pieces inside of them. Don't mess up a perfectly great candy with the Reese Pieces. This is a very unpopular opinion. Reese Pieces are very overrated. They are garbage, and they don't belong anywhere in the Reese's family of candies. That's all I got to say on that issue. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the greatest candy of all time. If you don't agree, that's okay. Drop down in the comments below. Click like, click subscribe. Let's get this train rolling. We're not that much. We don't have that many subscribers. I'm starting from the ground up. And honestly, the subscribers we do have probably don't even remember that they subscribed to this channel long ago. So let's get things rolling. I hope you are doing well. Hope you're staying safe through it all. We're going to be back right around 3 o'clock to talk about whatever is happening in the world. We're not going to get political, but I'm curious what you're doing to keep yourself sane during the coronavirus outbreak, during COVID-19. But the conversation right now is the best Easter candy of all time. Reese's Peanut Butter Eggs is the greatest. No argument. But if you want to argue, because I know all you YouTuber watchers out there love to argue, drop down in the comments below. Let me know what is your favorite Easter candy of all time. We'll talk to you guys here in a little bit. But until next time, Robbie signing off. Subscribe, like. Talk to you soon.